All right, making a little bit of progress. Original Megatron coming out for a bath, getting it cleaned up, and it's going into Victor's shop to put some more aggressive advertising on it and see if we can unload it. Boy, I haven't cleaned it for a while, man. She looks good. I mean, this is a tractor you can wax. No doubt about it. I have to keep talking because the radio's on in the background, or the YouTube police will come and get me. But yeah, progress. Still for sale right here, boys and girls. You can get a heck of a deal at Kapper's expense. Okay, so I also got the second storage compartment set up on that side. So the Optimus, no, wait a minute. This is 2.0. So Megatron 2.0 here is ready to roll, just about. Okay, the weathermen were right for once. Had about an hour and a half of rain here. Today is Monday, July 28th or 29th. I know it's Monday. Perfect for the duck pond. Man, I'm really starting to dig this older tractor here. Listen to how this thing fires over. I just started a minute ago because it was low on hydraulic oil, but it only ran for a minute. I mean, oops, clutch. I mean, just beautiful. Big test today, big test. And for Kapper skills, I'm going to try and get out and spray. So I'm going to test several things. One, I'm going to test Megatron 2.0 to see its lift capacity in the rear. If I use 200 gallons of water in this, it's about 1,600 pounds. If I fill it all the way up, it's 2.4 tons. Pretty sure is what I added. But anyways, so far it's been much easier already. I left as much space as I could with the hose length, which I should add. But now the water pump's already hooked up. So now all I got to do is back on, in theory, and quick attach this and get out of here and go. But you could see that this front one is back a little bit, which is where that hydraulic top link is really going to come in handy. So let's see how this goes for the first quick attach. And then the next test after it's full, obviously, is going to be my weld up there on top. You know, swinging a ton of water back here. That's going to be the next test. This tank is obviously not sitting the greatest on those wood slats, them 2x4s. There again, because this manufacturer made them legs a little bit too short. You could see how close that hitch is to the base of the legs. So that's why I have to prop it up. So let's give it a whirl. Yeah, the problem is I can't see anything down there. This is when it'd be nice to have a spotter. Bam, in and out of there. And of course, this one needs to be up one more slot. I was afraid of that, but I measured it the best I could. Okay, one last adjustment to that top eye match hook, which I should have measured a little better, but whatever. This is on now, and this is the way you're supposed to be able to back up, hitch, and go. We'll see. Okay, so here you have it. It's connected. My fabrication worked. I didn't have much of a choice. I only had one spot where I could put that top link arm, or receiver, if you will, whatever you want to call it, the bar. But it's holding. Let me give you a closer look. So you got your the two bottom links are hooked. And then there's the top one. I can't see what I'm doing here, but it's right, oh, there it is, right there. We're gonna fill this with water and we're gonna test out my welding ability. And here you could clearly see where you need that hydraulic top link. Okay, and you could clearly see that my leveling worked pretty good on that tank. See how the water is pretty level there? It was way cockeyed before that, so it's getting closer to being all dialed in. I mean, this was still a lot less than the last two times I hooked it up. And then hopefully the next time will be even less, even better yet. But, you know, here again, here was one of the issues. These were a little too narrow. So there again, you only had, I mean, the clearance, I mean, you look at the 3-point hitch to the clearance here, okay? You see how close that is? It's the same on both sides, so that's how exacting you got to be to back it up. Whereas, like I mentioned the other day, if you had way more wiggle room in there, it'd be, you know, 10 times easier. But I'll work with what I've got and make it the best that I can anyways. All right, check this out. I forgot my hat from the house, and I had a few old ones here in the shop. This used to be like my favorite hat because it fits pretty good in that. So in a pinch, I'm going to run it today, even though I'm running the Branson. But if there's any big wigs from John Deere out there and you'd love to see a green tractor on Kapper's farm, send one over. I'd be happy to put it through the mill. Between a 60 and 80 horse, which is pretty much all around for everything. I'll put it through the ringer and we'll see how she does. Okay, I got about 225-ish, 230 gallons, give or take. Multiply that times 8.3. That's about how much a gallon of water weighs. And we'll see if the old Branson, old school, can lift it. All right, let's check it out. We've got 1,900 pounds, just about a ton on there. Piece of cake. Next thing after we go over some bumps is going to see if my welds break or not. Let's hope not. All right. Let's get caught up a little bit here. This is my last spray for the corn and beans, and then I'm going to replant some areas and plant some fall plots in the areas that did not grow. Man, listen to this tractor. It's just, I love it. Quiet. Dang it. Why would you make them louder as you make them newer? Oh, that startled me. I heard a clunk, and I think it just shifted and found its kind of permanent spot, if you will. Now let's see if the pump works. All right, took a little tweaking, but we're up and running, and the hydraulics seem to be no problem, both tilt and up and down. And so far, fingers crossed, my weld is holding. We'll hit some of these bumps and give it a real test. Man, it'd be nice if I can get a little more caught up and help me get a little more motivated for deer season. Yeah, this stuff, well, this ain't planted right here. This is all going to be the CRP warm season here. It's doing pretty good. I mean, I can't tell which is which. Hopefully we got some warm season coming up. But you can see it's probably between 2.5 and 3 foot high, give or take. I gotta run back. I forgot my Gatorade jug. And then I'll keep finishing up here. But from what I've seen so far, the corn is pretty much devoured already, what there is by the deer. And the beans, it's just hard to tell because of the competition. So we're going to spray it, give it a week, and see what happens. This is the first plot that I've actually seen a good number of beans in here. I just had to make some field adjustments. All I had was my pocket knife, no tools, but I made it work. Had to adjust one of the hoses. These hoses here need to be lengthened, and you could also see that I broke the meter up there. But all I need is to finish this one last plot, and I'm good to go. All right, well now she ain't working again. I just finished, but usually I fill it with some water, clean out these nozzles. So I busted this stem out in the field with this window on accident, and I got to replace this line and this line and make them longer, and I have to install a drain plug. Why in the world they don't have a drain plug is beyond me. I mean, there's one underneath it, like under it. So I ordered one. It's a 3/4 inch. I should be able to just thread it in to properly drain it after every time you use it. So making progress, and as far as I could tell, the weld's held up. I thought I saw one crack, like over here on the left, but it could just be the spray paint cracked. See how there's a crack, and I busted a little chunk here off of the end. But I'm gonna say it was probably maybe just spray paint, because everything looks to be intact. And boy, I hit a couple good bumps to test it. All right, let's see if I can get it back down. Alright, so now I got to get this quick attach. Well, that was easy enough. Lined up where it comes off, and it already was. Pull out just a little, disconnect the pump, cut these hoses so I could bring them to the storage. I think I had one of these here at the shop. The gauge never worked anyways, but now I have to replace it. Okay, so luckily before I finished breaking it off there, I was able to crack it loose and break these threads loose. So then I knew it was loose, so I broke it off of there. So now it's pretty simple getting these threads out. Get a new gauge on here and get a drain plug. Whoops. Get a drain plug for this tank so I could fully drain it, clean all the crap out, because this thing is clogging still. You know, like this is left and center boom, right and left boom. And the one that I use is all of them. It's left, center, and right boom. So something in this whole system is clogged up, but I can't clean it out till I can fully drain it and put some fresh water in there. So that's next. I'm going to get some new hoses. I'm going to put a drain in it, and I'm going to turn this sprayer completely around.